What's going on, everyone? Josh Jeffy, co-host Primetime Sports, back with you for another exciting edition of Primetime Sports. This is going to be a Primetime Sports Lite, PTS Lite. It's been a little while, of course. This is actually an interesting one that we're doing. I'm going to be doing a PTS Lite. Ed's going to be doing one. Rob's going to be doing one, and Brent's going to be doing one, and it's all going to be part of our first ever PTS Bracket Challenge. Yeah, that's right, folks. It's March Madness time, so get your brackets out. Now, I'm going to do a little disclaimer right now. I'm not a total big, huge college basketball fan. You know, I watch it occasionally. I do bracket every year, but I don't know enough to actually fill out a bracket and be competitive. I ended up being pretty competitive just because of my basic knowledge of college basketball and the teams there. But as far as upsets, I never have any good luck with upsets picking them. So this year I went through my bracket and I just went through it. So basically what we're going to do, the four of us, we're going to have our picks, our brackets. We're going to go up against each other. We're going to have a point system. It's going to be on our website, primetimesportstv.com. We're going to go through our Final Four picks today. Maybe a few upsets I'm going to tell you about that I have. And then the loser, we haven't come up with yet. That's what we need you for, our viewers and friends out there. We need you to email us. What would be a good thing to do for the loser of our first ever PTS Bracket Challenge? You know, we're gonna have a point system. We're gonna have standings. So there's gonna be one winner, a second place, third place, and there's gonna be one loser. So we'll see how that goes. Without further ado, I will give you first my Final Four prediction now. I filled out this bracket before I knew anything about Fab Melo of Syracuse. They didn't know he was their best player. So coming out of the East Regional, I gave that regional championship going to Syracuse to make the Final Four. A lot of people are saying that's not going to happen. So you know, we'll see. Some other big, somewhat upsets I have Florida State beating Ohio State in the Sweet 16 to advance to the Elite 8. Obviously, Syracuse winning that. And Syracuse moving on to the Final Four. Now, in the Midwest, my upset is actually going to be California. They do play in one of the play-in games. And then they will move on to play Temple. And then I actually have them beating Ohio, who upset Michigan and advancing into the Sweet 16. So that's an upset that I have. But out of that region, I actually have the number 2 seed Kansas coming out, beating North Carolina in the Elite 8. They would move on to play the Syracuse Orange in New Orleans on that end of the bracket. Now, the South, I have the first overall seed Kentucky coming out of there, and they will defeat Baylor in the Elite 8. Some upsets that I have there, I have VCU, again, kind of going on from last year. Not getting past, though, second round. Also have Xavier beating Duke. I'm sorry, I do have Duke in the Sweet 16. I have Baylor defeating Duke. Indiana losing to Kentucky to advance. Now, in the West, I have Missouri coming out of the West and actually facing Kentucky in the Final Four. And actually comes down to it, I'll get to that in a minute, my national championship prediction. Again, I don't know much about this. I'm really not a big avid follower of college basketball, so bear with me. I do have some upsets coming out of this West region. I know I have Long Beach State making a run to the Sweet 16. I actually have Memphis beating, in the first round, beating St. Louis. They're the 8th seed. The 9th seed is St. Louis. I have them beating them. And then I have Memphis beating Michigan State in the second round. I know the guys are calling me crazy. I made this prediction, but we'll see what happens. Crazier things have happened. I actually have them in the Sweet 16, Memphis and Long Beach State, and then I have Memphis going to the Elite 8 against Missouri. Missouri winning the region, coming out of there facing Kentucky. Now, I actually have Missouri beating Kentucky in the Final Four. I have Kansas defeating Syracuse, and I have Missouri winning the national championship over Kansas. Will I win? I don't know. But again, we need you, the viewers, our friends on Facebook, our Twitter followers. We need you to come up with some ideas for our loser, what they should do, and our first ever PTS Bracket Challenge. So if you can give us any feedback, we'd appreciate it. PrimetimeSportsTV@gmail.com if you want to email us your idea for the loser. Also, Like I said, on Twitter, PTS4 Cleveland. Like us on Facebook. You can also follow me on Twitter at BeerTasticsCLE. Easy for me to say. Brent's on Twitter. Rob's on Twitter. We're trying to get Ed there. If you have any suggestions for his Twitter handle, that would be well appreciated. Now, when it comes to beer, you guys might be wondering, well, where's the beer of the week, Josh? Well, I got it right here, my friends. Since it's March Madness, it's that time. St. Patrick's Day is this Saturday. We're going to go with, I actually made this at the brew kettle with my wife and I. This is our Lucky Charm Irish Red Ale. We even had our own customized label made. If you could see that right there, that's got the Lucky Charms guy on it. It's got a nice shamrock with a red tint. Irish Red Ale. Good, malty, smooth. Got a nice little head to it in my Steve's Dakota Grill pint glass. It's just a real nice sweet. It's got a touch of honey in there that gives you an extra bit of sweetness. I got some roasted malt in here. It's just a good, well-balanced beer. I really enjoy it. Looking forward to it, drinking it on our St. Patrick's Day party. So with that said, everyone, again, make sure you check us out, PrimetimeSportsTV.com, PrimetimeSportsTV. I'll give you all that stuff. It'll flash at the end. I'm not going to go through it again. Again, we need your suggestions for the loser for our first ever PTS Bracket Challenge. Until then, my friends, have a good St. Patrick's Day. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Always get a designated driver. And until next time, we will see you then. See you, everyone.